From high school romance to historical fiction, how Moon Jae-young and Cha Eun-woo could flip genres again. Introduction: The echoes of True Beauty. When True Beauty aired in 2020, it became a cultural lightning rod. At its heart stood Cha Eun-woo and Moon Jae-young, embodying Soo-ho and Joo Kyung in a love story that felt at once fantastical and piercingly real. Fans across the globe clung to their chemistry, replaying moments of sweet awkwardness and bittersweet tension until the characters felt inseparable from the actors themselves. But while fans continue to celebrate the high school romance that made them unforgettable as a screen couple, another question lingers. What if Eun-woo and Ji-young stepped out of modern corridors and into historical palaces, blending genres to reinvent themselves again? The idea isn't far-fetched. Eun-woo has already proved his charm in Rookie Historian Gu HAE-RYUNG, 2019, while Moon Jae-young has cut her teeth in both contemporary romance and genre dramas with darker, more mature undertones. Together, they could build a reunion project that transcends the youthful nostalgia of True Beauty, one that bends time and genre to create something wholly new. This speculation isn't merely a flight of fancy. It taps into audience psychology, industry trends, and the enduring magnetism of a pairing that refuses to fade. Let's explore why a historical fiction reunion could become a phenomenon fans never knew they needed. Cha Eun-woo in historical settings. Rookie historian Gu HAE-RYUNG. Before the polished high schooler Lee Soo-ho, Cha Eun-woo wore the robes of a crown prince. In Rookie historian Gu HAE-RYUNG, Eun-woo played Princey Rim, bookish, naive, and yearning for freedom beyond palace walls. It was a performance that surprised critics who feared he was only suited for pretty boy roles. Charm factor. Eun-woo's prince was awkward yet endearing, embodying vulnerability in a way that softened his otherwise godlike visuals. Romantic weight. His pairing with Shin Se-kyung revealed an ability to balance gentle comedy with heartfelt sincerity, giving viewers a glimpse of depth that went beyond typical K-drama leads. Historical aura. Eun-woo carried the poise, diction, and presence necessary to make palace intrigue feel convincing, showing that he could handle the gravitas historical fiction demands. In many ways, this role paved the way for audiences to imagine him in more period dramas. His grace in hanbok and his knack for playing restrained emotion fit perfectly with the romanticized image of historical K-dramas. Moon Jae-young, meanwhile, has always been a chameleon. While many remember her as the bubbly, insecure Joo Kyung in True Beauty, her earlier works paint a far broader picture. In The Great Seducer, Tempted, she exuded sophistication and heartbreak in a modern adaptation of Les Liaisons Dangereuses. In Find Me in Your Memory, she showcased a nuanced emotional range, playing an actress haunted by her past. And though not traditionally framed as historical, Jae-young has the aura of actresses who thrive in complex, layered roles, whether in melodrama, mystery, or period pieces. She isn't boxed into a single genre. Her ability to switch between effervescence and quiet intensity suggests she could thrive in a historical romance hybrid, especially alongside a partner like Eun-woo, who brings quiet poise to period settings. A reunion in historical fiction wouldn't just be about aesthetic appeal. It would carry narrative and symbolic weight. Breaking the high school couple mold. Many actors risk being typecast when their chemistry is too tied to youthful romance. By transitioning into a historical setting, Eun-woo and Ji-young would reinvent themselves, showing audiences they can thrive in mature, sophisticated narratives. Nostalgia meets novelty. Fans would bring their emotional investment from True Beauty into a new world. Seeing Eun-woo and Ji-young in hanbok, navigating palace politics, would feel fresh while still echoing the tenderness that made their first pairing iconic. Industry trends. K-dramas like Mr. Sunshine, Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart Ryuing, and Love in the Moonlight prove that period dramas infused with romance draw international attention. A reunion of two global stars in the genre would be a guaranteed sensation. If we let ourselves dream, what might a Cha Eun-woo and Moon Jae-young historical drama look like? Title suggestion: The Chronicle of Unwritten Hearts. Setting: Joseon Dynasty during a turbulent era of reform and cultural clash. Cha Eun-woo plays a crown prince turned reclusive scholar who lives under the shadow of court politics. He hides his sharp intellect behind quiet obedience, biding his time while secretly documenting injustices in coded journals. Moon Ji-young plays the daughter of a disgraced nobleman, forced to disguise herself as a male historian to survive. Sharp-tongued and independent, she crosses paths with the prince when tasked with transcribing his private writings. Conflict. Their secret partnership evolves into a romance, complicated by betrayals in the past and a looming coup. She questions whether loyalty to truth outweighs loyalty to love, while he must choose between protecting her and claiming the throne. Genre twist. Blending romance, political thriller, and historical commentary, the series would offer both the sweeping grandeur of palace intrigue and the intimate vulnerability of two people who find solace in each other amidst danger. This isn't just romance in costumes. It's a stage for themes of identity, truth, and sacrifice, made compelling by the actor's ability to project both fragility and strength. Why would this work? Because EUN-WOO and Jae-young already share a chemistry rooted in contrasts. EUN-WOO'S quiet intensity balances Jae-young's emotional expressiveness. His restraint plays beautifully against her playfulness, creating sparks in both silence and banter. Their comfort with each other off-screen add an authenticity that fans immediately detect in shared glances and unscripted laughter. Placed in a historical fiction narrative, these dynamics would only deepen. A restrained prince and a bold historian? A secret love that must exist behind closed doors? The tension practically writes itself. Fans' perspective. Why they would go wild. Fans wouldn't just watch, they'd relive. Nostalgia. Many would see echoes of Suho and Ju Kyung in forbidden glances across palace courtyards. Transformation. Others would delight in watching their favorite couple evolve into something new, proving their bond isn't locked in one genre. Speculation fuel. Every behind-the-scenes photo in Hanbok, every interview about working together again, would send fandoms into meltdown. The social media frenzy would mirror True Beauty's heyday, but magnified by global anticipation. This wouldn't just be a drama, it would be a reunion event, a cultural moment. Speculating about EUN-WOO and Jae-young's reunion highlights something essential about K-dramas. The way characters and actors intertwine in the collective imagination. Fans don't just want new stories. They want continuations of emotional threads they already cherish. By reuniting in historical fiction, the actors wouldn't erase True Beauty. They'd layer over it, showing that the essence of Suho and Ju Kyung, the longing, the vulnerability, the sincerity, can survive in any time period. This genre flip would remind us that love stories are universal, whether whispered in high school hallways or written in ink on. The drama would open not in a bustling school hallway, but in the hushed grandeur of a candlelit palace library. Rows of scrolls and manuscripts stretch endlessly, and at its center sits Cha Eun-woo's character, the scholar prince, cloaked in midnight blue hanbok. He is silent, absorbed in ink and parchment, his face softened by the flickering glow of lanterns. Enter Moon Jae-young's character, disguised as a male historian. Her footsteps echo lightly as she balances scrolls in her arms. For a fleeting second, her eyes meet EUN-WOO'S, and there is a hesitation, an unspoken recognition, though neither has seen the other before. Fans who adore their awkward high school hallway encounters in True Beauty would immediately recognize the echo, the silence, the stolen glance, the unacknowledged pull. But now, in Hanbok and Under the Weight of History, the moment carries heavier stakes. It's no longer about whether a boy notices a girl in classroom. It's about whether a prince recognizes an equal in a woman who shouldn't even be in the room. Halfway into the imagined series, political turmoil brews. Jae-young's character, still in disguise, is accused of treason after someone plants falsified evidence of her leaking royal secrets. EUN-WOO'S prince risks everything to protect her. In a dimly lit secret passage beneath the palace, EUN-WOO grabs her wrist just as she is about to flee. His words tremble, restrained yet desperate. "You think I haven't seen you? You think I don't know who you really are?" The reveal is raw. His quiet knowledge, his willingness to protect her identity despite palace laws, mirrors the tension of True Beauty, when Suho knew Ju Kyung's deepest insecurity, but loved her nonetheless. The catchiness of this scene lies not just in confession, but in its layered nostalgia. Fans would gasp, scream, and replay it endlessly. It's a confession wrapped in both peril and tenderness, bridging high school innocence and the gravitas of palace politics. Every iconic K-drama couple needs a festival scene, a backdrop of beauty against which romance unfolds. Here, imagine the Festival of Lanterns. The city outside the palace glows with floating lights, reflected in the river like a sky reborn on water. EUN-WOO, cloaked in simple robes to blend with commoners, walks beside Ji-young, now momentarily freed from disguise. Their hands brush. Their laughter, brief and unguarded, carries into the night. In this scene, fans will see the return of the light-hearted Soo-ho and Ju-kyung dynamic, transplanted into another world. Where once there were school fairs and comic book stores, now there are lanterns and silk robes. Yet the essence is the same. Two people who, despite the world against them, find joy in stolen moments. The catchiness here is visual. The hanbok swirling under lantern light, EUN-WOO'S sharp jawline illuminated in gold, Jae-young's smile radiant in soft red silk. Screenshots alone would flood social media for weeks. To heighten tension, there must be betrayal. The imagined plot would introduce a minister who once served Jae-young's disgraced father. When she overhears his voice plotting to expose her true identity, the betrayal shakes her deeply. Here, we see another echo of true beauty. Ju-kyung's betrayal wasn't political but personal, bullying, cruelty, and fear of exposure. Yet in both cases, Jae-young's characters face a world that seeks to strip them of safety and dignity. Fans would ache as she crumbles under the weight of lost trust. And when EUN-WOO pulls her into his arms and whispers, "You are not alone in this palace, not anymore," the catharsis would rival the most iconic lines of their first drama. Now, picture the reaction if such scenes became real. Clips on TikTok would gain millions of views overnight, with fans editing high school Soo-ho and Ju-kyung moments side by side with the prince and historian, proving that love transcends genres. Fanfiction communities would explode, writing alternate endings where their characters defy history, rule together, or even reunite in modern reincarnations. Interviews with EUN-WOO and Jae-young would trend globally, every off-screen laugh scrutinized for signs of real affection. The frenzy wouldn't just be about the show. It would be about the reunion itself. The idea that two actors who once defined youthful romance now redefine historical passion. Why it works. The psychology of reunion. The allure lies in both continuity and transformation. Continuity. Fans bring old emotions with them. The chemistry already proven in True Beauty acts as an emotional shortcut. Audiences don't need to be convinced. Transformation. By flipping genres, EUN-WOO and Jae-young prove they're more than Soo-ho and Ju-kyung. They're versatile performers capable of embodying timeless archetypes. Scholars, nobles, rebels, while maintaining the essence of romance that first captivated the world. This duality ensures the reunion feels both familiar and brand new. The finale scene, between duty and love, to end the imagined series. Picture this. The coup reaches its climax. EUN-WOO, now poised to ascend the throne, is told he must sacrifice Jae-young to secure loyalty from his ministers. In the throne room, surrounded by courtiers, he declares instead, "She is not my weakness. She is my strength." The silence is thunderous. Ministers gasp. Jae-young's eyes widen with shock and fear. But EUN-WOO'S unwavering gaze holds hers across the room, as if nothing else exists. This is the ultimate callback to True Beauty. The boy who once chose to love Ju-kyung despite ridicule has become the man who chooses love against the weight of a kingdom. It's the kind of finale that would leave fans sobbing, rewatching, and calling it one of the greatest reunions in K-drama history. The imagined historical reunion of Cha EUN-WOO and Moon Jae-young is not just about pretty costumes or elaborate sets. It's about reframing a love story audiences already cherish, testing it against time, politics, and sacrifice. From the palace library's quiet glance to the Lantern Festival's stolen joy, from betrayal to defiance, each scene would echo True Beauty while transcending it, proving that great chemistry is not bound by setting or era. Fans would go wild because, deep down, they are not simply watching characters. They are witnessing a phenomenon, two actors whose connection on screen feels eternal, no matter the genre. And if such a reunion ever happened, it wouldn't